Hello, and welcome to M3 Live. My name is Malcolm Travers. Male Media Mind is a grassroots organization dedicated to uplifting and unifying our community through dialogue, insight, creativity, and knowledge. And every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, I invite my friends to help me break down topics that could use more perspective or experience. Those are usually around relationships, communication, spirituality, mental health, current events, or anything that's making me mad or confused. So I could definitely use your input on some of these topics as we discuss. Just drop them in the Q&A, and we'll get to them as soon as we can. Let me introduce you to the panel today. We got the talented Mr. Drayton join us from the planet of Atlanta.
Oh,
what's going on?
okay. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out where I am today. I just realized I haven't eaten today. I have not.
Yeah.
Do you do that often? Does anybody do that often?
It's happened a couple times. Usually it's breakfast. I usually don't make it this late in the day without eating, but
well, I had a smoothie for breakfast.
Okay.
And so, I don't know. I'm glad to be here, but of course I'm
Yeah.
starving. So I'm starving. I just right now I'm gonna attack the DoorDash driver. I will not sexually assault him, but I will
Oh God.
meet him at the door. If you're not familiar with what I just said, tune in, go back and watch last night.
Yeah, and thinking about that, make sure to catch Greg on Saturday for the Saturday.
Yes. Malcolm, guess what I did today?
What's
The
that?
girl that we love, her content, how she breaks
Yes.
down. Guess where she's from?
I don't know.
Virginia. She's from Virginia. So
She's amazing, though. She is.
I jumped in her inbox today, and she was so loving and so receptive. She's like, I would love to come to your show.
Oh, she's a real one. She's a real one for sure.
Oh, it was like Michael Jackson jumping out of the grave. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Every book she's ever recommended has been a banger, and she has one.
No. I'm talking about the white chick. You're talking
about okay. Never mind.
I know her. I know the black lady in person.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about
awesome. Her. No, she does the weekly wrap ups.
Oh, yeah.
No, the black lady,
that's the snarky. Yes,
snarky lady, right? She happens to be from Virginia, and amazing.
It kind of makes sense. Yeah, she kind of has that accent.
Do we have accents from Virginia?
Yeah, you do.
I don't know. Move on to Swag. Welcome, Swag.
You were kind of talking about some of the words, but of course, if you want to learn about the very disrespectful Uber customer and the Karen who struck back,
she struck back or get knocked back.
She got knocked back. She tried to clap back, but she got knocked back. But check that out on Tuesdays at 7. Of course, Swag. How are you doing?
I am doing well, thank you.
What's funny is ever since you mentioned that, I was listening to a podcast that was actually just talking about it's a book called Enshittification, and it's literally talking about how apps start off amazing and then they get worse and worse and worse. Not only for
that is very true.
They get worse and worse because they're trying to squeeze out as much, profit as possible. And once you're locked in, it's kind of like,
yeah. I think about that because I used to love Groupon, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think, and especially because it was huge when I lived in New York, so it was like you would have whole weekends with Groupon coupons, right? Yeah, they were concerts, but then it got real shitty. You know what I mean? Because they tried to, Uber rides were only 5% off when they used to be 50% off. And then, you could only go places like the Alibaba reenactments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do.
It was just saying, ChatGPT being new just came out in 2023. It's not even, it came out earlier. ChatGPT.
This version you're talking about.
Yeah, 3.5 was the first version that went mainstream. So it had existed, in beta and small groups, but 3.5, when that came out, actually exceeded the reach of both TikTok and Instagram, which were the two other highest, selling apps out there. And they were just saying, just know that ChatGPT will be enshittified eventually. Like now, they're not making profit.
Oh, I know, but it's getting there. You seen that shit coming on there?
Yeah. So, but right now,
it's about you. Every time I see something really shitty, I think about you.
Right now, it's the golden age. Get it. They're trying to get you hooked And then when you meet them, they're gonna fucking choke
Very
you
true.
for every dime.
Slowly turn the knife in
Because
your
you
back.
want the good shit. Now I'm gonna tell you live on TV that
Mm.
swag. I need a TikTok tutorial.
Okay.
I can
Because
use one
obviously,
too, actually.
so after the show we're gonna have one. Because obviously I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So I have 3,000 followers and I've done nothing.
Yeah, that's funny.
So,
Like you probably have more than I do.
Right, but I've done nothing. So my brother comes to me and says, "You have 3,000 followers and you don't even do a damn thing." I was like, "Okay, I need to get with swag to find out what I need to do because I don't know. Like this stuff is coming fast and quick." And people, I'm gonna do y'all like I did Malcolm. People think because we're podcasters and we use all this technology that we know. No, this guy down here knows.
Yeah,
we don't. We only know what this guy tells us. Right? I'm the business end. I can do that.
Hey, I had to figure this stuff out myself. I didn't have anybody to tell me this stuff. So
right now, I can tell you where a document goes, how to open a bank account, but when I I freaked out today. I was getting a domain for my new business.
That was kind of like,
I don't know why I freaked out about that. It's just like, all I had to do was push a button, and he never treats you like an asshole. You know, like it could be the simplest question. He'd be like, "Oh, just push this button right here," and be like, but I'm thinking to myself, I could have did that by myself. That was crazy. I know you got something to trigger me tonight.
Yes.
So let's get started.
Tonight is going to be all about love.
Oh, are you falling in love, brother?
Yes, we're going to talk about love.
Are you falling in love, brother?
No.
Over that?
Well, maybe. I said that, maybe.
Oh, no.
But it's not with who you might expect. But first, we're going to talk about the myth.
I ain't expecting shit. Go ahead. I don't expect nothing.
It's okay. So first, we're going to talk about the myth of the soulmate, and it's kind of interesting. Because I never really thought of it as like a myth, as in mythology, And this is one of the theological people that I follow on TikTok.
Oh no, not her.
Yes.
Let's not go there.
But there's two that she talks about: the soulmate and the twin flame, which are from two different. One is Greek, one's Roman.
One is Roman, yeah.
Right, but it's basically simply the same idea that the Roman idea was that we were both male and female were one at one point, and they were separated, and so you have a actual soulmate, like somebody you were separated from at some point. And the twin flame idea is also that got incorporated into a lot of different mystic ideas that you have another half, right?
But what if you like menses and your other half?
I know this doesn't really include us.
But
I think, however, no, I think the Roman ones, they did have
the Roman ones.
Yeah, they did, because they had I forget what they were called, but the units that were. Yeah, I can't remember, but yeah, some of them were male and female. So yeah, they included gay relationships. Anyway, so let me play this. We'll talk about the myth of the soulmate. Here we go.
Twin flames and soulmates do not exist. Nietzsche predicted that after God died, we would keep looking for God in thousands of different places. And I think this modern conversation about soulmates is one of the last places that we're still looking for something like a God. We're looking for something to save us, to love us unconditionally, to always love us the way that we deserve or want to be loved, and for someone to complete us, for someone to always be there for us and have perfect understanding of us. That's asking for something like a God. Because it is filling in the psychological function of God. It gives your suffering meaning because it leads you to this person. It's a divine plan underneath all of your loneliness. It's almost like romantic Calvinism, that you were meant for this person. When you're looking for your soulmate, or you're looking for your person, or you're looking for someone to treat you that way, it sets up relationships to fail, and it also opens the door to all kinds of abuse. My favorite voice for this by far is Alain de Botton. He writes a lot about love. He's a philosopher who writes a lot about love. And he talks about love as a skill set, something that you cultivate, and that you just choose that, hey, I'm an imperfect person, you're an imperfect person. We kind of like each other. We seem to get along. Why don't we consent to do life together and choose to do life together and choose to learn better communication skills and learn better emotional habits. And you're going to be a mirror for me for all of my issues, and I'm going to be a mirror for you for your issues. And we're going to learn and grow in that way. When we actually drop the soulmate myth, which may be hard at first, it actually allows us to love the actual person in front of us, who's going to be imperfect and effed up in their own ways. So the twin flame myth is this ghost of God whispering someone's coming to save you. It's romantic predestination. It's beautiful. It's highly, highly addictive. It's even kind of disempowering. But Elaine de Botton talks about love as no one's coming to save you. Love is two imperfect humans doing their best and consent to this container where life is mutually better together than it is apart. And maybe that's less romantic, but it's just a lot more stable. And even if you do get to the point where you're talking about breaking up or divorce, if you're doing it because it's just no longer mutually beneficial for both of you, then you can actually uncouple in ways that support each other in the next chapters of life, or how you're going to organize, handling children. And it's just a more stable foundation overall, even when you choose to end the relationship. Whereas with a twin flame relationship, it's very enmeshed and it's very addictive, and then it like blows up really big too on the other end. So what do you think? Do you think that that's cynical, or is that setting up relationships with realistic expectations?
She a hater. She is a hater.
What does she say?
I bet you her pussy is dry.
Oh my God.
It just sounds like it. I mean, I'm just giving it real. I mean, that's just my opinion.
I will not comment at all.
I feel like, let me give
other regions.
Well, I was just kidding. Let me give an informed. We just lost 3 viewers when I said that. Let me give an informed opinion. So my informed opinion is, I mean, you try, as you get older, you try not to look for the savior complex. That may be a young person. I agree with that part of it. But I think once you learn and you grow into an adult, whatever, I don't know, men get about 30 from 40 maybe to be men be adults, and 35 maybe for women, 45 maybe for men, and somewhere around there. But then you stop looking to be saved and you try to figure out, how can I navigate these waters? Now, I feel as though, if to bring it to us as in same gender loving people, I think we just look for someone to navigate the water with us. I know Gregory, me personally, I don't look for someone to pull my hand out of the water or help me row the fucking boat. And I don't necessarily need someone to help me row the boat. It's a want, and I think what she said is just kind of cynical, honestly.
Well, yeah. And that the funny thing is though, I think cynicism is sometimes warranted under certain circumstances, especially when you consider, like, I think the romantic ideal is something that still exists within stories, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's where we get the idea of, like, the sort of stories that my mom loves. They're absolutely crazy. I mean,
like the Hallmark stories. Is that
mm-hmm. And sometimes even the inverse of that, like the Lifetime stories, where the romance is like.
Are Lifetime stories inverse of Hallmark?
Yeah, they are. It's kind of like. Mm-hmm, it's basically where romance is a trap and this person's a horror story, and it's like but the same thing is at the core of it, which is the myth of the one, right? The reason the person gets caught up in the Lifetime stories is because they fell in love. They fell for this person.
Love is a drug, and then
love is a drug. One is a fairy tale, one is a nightmare, but they're still the same myth. They're just mirror images of each other. Yeah.
Malcolm, what do you think about, like, I think that's the whole Tyler Perry gig. You know what I mean? I think
absolutely.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about that,
it sells. He's smart as fuck. I mean, and this is one of the reasons why, as a reader, the vast majority of readers are women, and the vast majority of novels that are sold are some sort of romance, and they have all kinds of new romance now. They have romantasy is what they call it now, which is romance with fantasy.
Wait a minute,
very romantasy.
Romantasy, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, so romance fantasy. Right?
I think I would like that.
It is. It's dragons fucking.
No.
Dragon riders, fucking wizards.
You just fucking I don't want to see dragons. I
don't know, Greg. It might be kind of hot.
Get your hot breath out my face, right? No, I don't know.
It's like this woman, and she's connected to the dragon, and she can feel when the dragon's fucking. She's like, oh.
I'm going to have to spend more time with you. I mean this. I keep saying every show. I keep saying this. I'm like, I need to connect more with you because you living in that place of your head.
Yeah, I'm telling you, one book I'm reading right now. I told you that I was rereading it. Is Gone Girl.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Well,
Why
a lot of
I
people,
read it the first time. Why?
a lot of people don't know what the book is about. So they've seen the movie, and the plot is the same, but the book is different in the sense that it's told from each of their points of view, from their mindset, and from each of their mindset, they both are the good guy. You know, neither one of them are at fault for anything in their relationship and anything that happens. And of course, the story is fucking bonkers.
It is, but it's so good.
It is so fucking good. It is such a good book.
I have to say that's one time,
so good.
A few times that the movie actually kind of lived up to the book.
It did. The movie was good, but you can't really get in someone's head in the movie, right? And I think that's like some material you cannot really fully transcribe because it's so personal. I felt that's.
I'm gonna tell you something. The thing that I missed, I love, and I do it from time to time, is the turning of the page and the feel of the paper on my fingertips. I know it's really weird and kind of crazy.
No, it's good. It's very retro.
Yeah, but I have a small. I don't think I have a library in my house. I have a small book collection. You know, and it's so crazy because it's like children's books up there and books of Harlem and DC, places I've lived. And I like stuff I like the feel of the paper. But but Gone Girl is such a twisted modern fable.
It is. It's a twist on the romance fantasy. Like everybody saw that couple as the fantasy relationship, and when you really got to see what their lives were, it was a fucking horror story. You know,
it was a shit show. But that was just like Sleeping with the Enemy. I think it's one of the first times we saw that. That's just like Fatal Attraction, and then you notice,
or I remember
like
another one was like The Hand That Rocks the Cradle was one.
Yeah, Rebecca De Mornay.
Yeah.
So good. So good. And Annabella Sciorra. Yeah.
I love those stories. Oh, God.
I love Annabella Sciorra.
And there was another one. It was like What Lies Beneath. I think that was one where the guy was a murderer. Oh, God, they were so good.
You took me back. Oh, I love that, too. You know what else I love that's kind of that way? Nicole Kidman's The Hours.
Oh yeah,
and then because I'm gonna tell you because the movie's goddamn 20 years old, you should see it.
Yeah, it is really good.
I'm about to ruin it if you haven't seen it. The whole time you don't know they're dead to the end,
right?
And when you find out that all these motherfuckers are dead in the figment or the something of the person's imagination, I got up like the woman from. So I got up like the woman from Misery. You can't cock-a-doodle do that, right?
Yeah, they leave you with the idea that she's sick and she can't leave the house. She can't stay in sunlight or whatever.
Yeah,
no, she's a ghost. She's a ghost.
She's a ghost. Yeah.
Anyhow, no, I love that, and I think it's good to deconstruct our cultural ideas of romance from the real lived ideas of being in a relationship. And one of the things that she says in here that really got to me is where you consent to work with each other on each other's flaws, right? Recognizing that we're flawed with each other, and that even if we separate, we're going to separate in a way that leaves each other the best that we can, you know.
But she sounds like she's not even trying to get there. I'm gonna be honest with you.
She's married with 4 kids, dude. Like, come on.
Yeah, but she like fuck that man.
Dry. She got so many kids.
No, I'm just saying she like fuck that man. He is a baby.
She probably don't.
Give me your baby batter, right? Just give me your baby.
She don't want no more kids, but yeah, when you got 4, I think you're good.
Listen, when you tell my son that, okay, I want you to write an open letter, dear nephew. I want you to write an open letter, dear nephew. Please stop while you're ahead.
I know, right? Once you get to 4, it's all downhill for me.
I mean, they still say they want 8. So
oh my god.
I'm stopping at 4. Somebody could be like, "How many grandkids you got?" 4, and it could be 12.
You better claim all them grandbabies.
I could be like, "No, I don't even. I forget about the baby. I forget about the youngest one." It's like, and so But they are, my daughter-in-law and my son are a good example of modern that they have a practical. It's very practical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think they love each other, but it's very, very. I ain't talking about nobody. Catch me on Patreon. I don't want to put my family business out there. I'm just,
God.
you know, the house is sterile. The kids are, you know, go ahead.
Yeah, let's go check our comments.
It's lots of them. Yes, it's
Okay.
lots of them. I don't even know where to start. I guess at the top. Hola, ¿cómo está esta? Bien.
Hola.
Hello, Drake and everyone. Yes. I get a shout out. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. How are you, sir? Greg, I'm hungry too. Why am I picking on me today? Greg, I'm hungry too. I got an hour until lunch, and please make sure that you have your clothes on and your door closed before. Listen, friend, I can't promise a thing. I'm hungry. I might have to go hunting for that shit. I can't promise a thing. Thank you. Welcome, Cesar. Sammy, party people in the house tonight. Oh, Sammy, you're doing better than me because don't even have the app on my phone. When TikTok came out, I was like, nope, I don't need another social app. I'm playing this. Yep, and so that's what, because I don't understand like Snapchat at all.
No, I don't either.
And so, like, one of my good friends from Virginia sent me this, hey, man, what you doing? And I'm like, how do I respond? I'm just like, so I go to my assistant. I was like, how do I I was a real old man when I was like, what do I do? So
Snapchat,
I don't know.
Snapchat is for when you're trying to be on the apps and stuff.
It's a sneaky.
It's when you're being fast.
Where you can send the news, but they don't have to worry about them keeping the news.
Oh, when you're trying to be fast.
Right.
So I want to do I need to check with my homie. I don't think he know that. He just be saying, hey. I'll be like, hey. Okay.
No, he probably knows. If you're on there and you're asking people your Snapchat, you know.
I need to delete that before they think I'm trying to be. Oh no, that's not good. Oh no. Mr. Taylor, how are you, sir? Shout out to Los Angeles. How are you? Hey, y'all, sorry, Miss Choice. I know you're getting into merit. Go stand in the corner. Thank you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us tonight. We do it.
Taylor, don't let it happen again.
Don't let it happen again. Right. And Mr. Taylor, before we can move on to Sammy's, Mr. Taylor has a wonderful new line of shoes and hats and coats, and I'm going to have you on my show once I talk about it. You're going to drop it. It's beautiful. Now, I don't know if you got enough support in them shoes to carry these big old ankles over here, but we're going to see. We're going to see. That's it. Malcolm.
Yes.
Malcolm, you sure this ain't cuffing season affect you? You going through? Sammy says that, not me.
Maybe. There's something to that. I mean, we'll talk about it.
Well,
but I'm actually thinking about love in a more expansive way. So we're going to keep going.
So you're speaking like universal love. Mm-hmm. Mr. Collins says, LL, no, you didn't lose 3. It's only me right now, and I'm not going anywhere.
You talking about when you said we lost 3 viewers when you said what you said.
Oh, you left and came back, said dragons fucking. Now that's a visual I right. I don't. Can y'all skip past me with that?
There's always some mythical creatures too. Maybe some minotaurs. I don't know, some centaurs.
They just dropped a remake of Hands That Rock the Cradle on the Hulu.
There's an episode of Rick and Morty where Morty gets a dragon, and the dragons call themselves the slut dragons, and they're always like talking about having sex. It's the funniest thing.
That's the thing.
Dragons apparently like having sex.
No,
and a lot.
The funny thing is, like, dragons is a myth where all of the worst aspects of humanity, and that included lust. So lust, greed, avarice, like all the deadly sins or whatever, They were
Right.
the epitome of all of that. And so one of the things they did was they stole women and they
And
hoarded
did
them.
what with them? And
Nothing.
what
Just
happened?
I don't know. I don't know if they did anything with them. They just hoarded it, right? Like oftentimes a dragon would be in a cave and
Okay.
they'd have all the nice things and money and women.
Right.
The
Yeah.
like-
dragon.
The dragon.
Yeah.
The dragon is balling. Okay. Okay. Got it. All right.
The dragon was an externalization of our internal
Mhm.
problems, right? They
Okay.
were. It was a
Well, let me-
metaphor for the worst of
Hold that.
humanity.
Hold that thought. We got a few more to get to.
Yeah.
They just dropped a remake of Hand Around Great. Yes, I'm scared to look at the remake because it always ruins. I'm sorry. It always ruins. That's called The Others. And thank you for ruining the catch for the people who haven't seen it. It's 20 fucking years old, CC. For real. Come on now. You ain't had no, you just want to say some shit to me. You
That's
ain't had
funny.
no intentions on watching this. I told you should have turned the volume down. I see gay people. Uh-oh.
That's good. I love it.
Ooh.
That's a good one. Okay, I love that.
Wait. Oh, wait, we're not finished. I just clicked too fast. Well, I'm up to no good on Snapchat, so yeah, there's that. Well, as long as you can admit to them, it's all good. Ron, hey man, long time.
Oh, wow.
no.
Long time no see.
Right, that's a throwback.
And of course, what does he go to on his return to our channel? Spreadsheet.
Right. The dragon.
That's when we thought we had gotten past the sex spreadsheets. Mr. Eatman comes and he drops it in our lap again.
That's funny.
I love that guy. Come
Like
Dumpster
Dragon's
Dragon
waiting for
96. Wait a minute, Malcolm. Let me read this to you. This is gonna be fun. Sammy, come Dumpster Dragon 96 and counting. You know.
Oh
See,
my
that's
God,
what started.
Sammy,
Oh,
why
God.
did you go there?
But yeah, it's
All right,
a
what
lot
you
of that.
got?
A lot of romance has like women who are ravished. They don't use rape, but like are overtaken by their desires.
Overtaken.
Yeah. Anyway, but no, I was going to talk about love in a more general sense. This person was talking about like, let's say you're not interested in a romantic relationship. Love is also found in a lot of other things that you do in life, and I think it's a way that I actually view a lot of things. As far as value as to whether I want to do it or not. Okay, so here I'm going to play this real quick.
I don't really think people understand the value of love in life. Love is the most important thing in all of life. Without love, you do not have life. And it all starts with love for yourself and love for your own life. And that is the one that people screw up the most. Is that it's hard, it's not easy, but you need to find that. You need to find a way to love yourself. You need to find a way to fall in love with your life. Because once you do, then the right people will come along. A lot of times people have holes in their love for themselves or in their own lives, and so they look to another person to fix that for them. And that's not that person's job. That's not their job to come in and fix all the things about you. That's your job. It's your life. And then once you do all those things for yourself, I promise you the right people will come along. Further to that point, because people go, oh, well, you can really pick the wrong person. Yes, you can absolutely pick the wrong person. But it always comes back to love. What does this person contribute to their life, to your life? Do they contribute love? Do they contribute happiness? Do they contribute peace? Or do they contribute anger? Do they contribute vitriol? Do they contribute stress? Because that's going to take away from your love for yourself. Okay? And everything always comes down to love. It is the most meaningful thing in all of life. I promise you. For some people that's different. For some people the love is work, but I really do believe the love for other human beings is the thing that gets us through this. I really do believe that in my soul. I promise you, the more that you surround your life with love, everything that you do, the people you're surrounded by, the things that you do, the things that you're surrounded by, your cats, your dog, your frogs, whatever you got, the more that you look for the love in life, I promise you the life will go better. The more that you consume yourself with hatred, stress, vitriol, I promise you, you will hate life, and then you'll probably turn to substances, and then it spirals.
I mean, that was a bit deep.
I'm going to tell you one aspect of love that this got me to thinking about, which you would not really think is an act of love or is love. Because he talked about like love in every aspect of your life and what you do and the reason people do certain things. And I thought about this with the No Kings protest. Believe it or not, I started to realize why people do that. So let's say you are, kind of mentioned it the other day, and people thought like I was talking about trying to find someone to date at one of these rallies or whatever.
Right. It was
But
me.
no, yeah. So actually, I think it was someone in our audience. But
Okay.
regardless, I said it's a great place to meet people. But I started to listen to some podcasts of people talking about going to these rallies, and there's this one guy who has 2 small children.
Mhm.
And, you know, he wanted to go to the rally, but this is not really a place for small children. But he said, you know, I wanted to be in the space. I wanted to see what it was like. And he started, you know, describing the sort of feeling that he got from being in that space. And it started to recognize to me, like we were also talking about certain forms of religious experiences that are not religious, like being at concerts or being in certain
Right.
That's love too, right? The reason why that's so impactful, like you go to a Beyonce concert and everyone fucking loves her, and you can literally feel it.
Feel the love. Yeah, you can
Feel the love.
Yes. When I
And then-
tell you, when
Yeah.
you go to a concert, Malcolm,
Yeah,
any gathering like that doesn't even have to be Beyonce. It's just
it
where
doesn't.
people
It's just
see it, it
the
goes in.
feeling.
I have seen people cry for Kendrick Lamar, like
It's everyone-
grown ass men, like you know. And it's just I have cried for Prince. I have cried for Janet Jackson. And it's just when you're in that moment, your favorite person is on that stage, the light about to come up, and it just hits you, and
Yeah,
you are in 20,000 like-minded people, right?
That is love.
Yes,
That is love.
Yeah.
And,
like we love doing this though. That's a form of love.
Yeah.
Like we,
Mhm.
I miss you bitches when I don't.
yeah, but I think
bitches.
I think one of the things that people do that, like when they go to the protest, like watching it is fun, but I think there's something about the experience of it as well. Like
so
being there.
But it's very, I don't know. It's for me, I feel differently about it because I'm kind of, you know, I tune in on Thursdays, but it's one of those things. It's a reminder that we didn't have to be here.
Well, that's the thing. Here's the problem with that we didn't have to be here. And I remember it's sort of philosophical, but it comes to the idea of unfairness, and we sort of tacitly believe, whether we want to admit it or not, that things are supposed to be a certain way. And I think, you know, when the election came around, I really did have that feeling like this can't be real. Like this is not the way it's supposed to be. Like this is not the way the election was supposed to go. I knew that it could happen because I knew it was within the, you know.
I think you were my realism stick in that one.
Yeah, no, I mean, I pretty much had written off Georgia. I didn't tell you that. Like I had written off.
You did. No. You said it. And
I did.
And I was glad.
Yeah, I was like
somebody
very
anchored. So
I was very worried about Pennsylvania, right? And I knew that if he had won Pennsylvania and Georgia, like he could have just
it was
won.
over. Yeah.
And he ended up speaking. And
I was really glad somebody kept me anchored because, you know, I was in like my own bubble with that. But I think love comes in many different forms. Like we love doing this for you all. So
yes, absolutely.
It gives us a certain feeling. I don't know. Everybody's feeling is different about what they do. It gives me a sense of belonging and community. You know, and it feels. I live in a major gay metropolis, so it feels kind of good when you go out there and be like, "Hey, podcast man," you know, and you know what I mean, or you know,
it's also a sense of love for myself too, because oftentimes when I'm looking at this material, I connect with it because it connects with a previous version of myself, right? Like I think about that first topic, and I think about how deeply I believed in the romance myth when I was a younger person. I fucking love.
You no longer believe in romance?
I don't believe in the myth of romance. I don't believe that someone completes you. I don't believe that someone made for you.
I believe in that totally. I believe there's somebody. No, I'm just. I believe somebody out there fit your ass like a well-tailored coat. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I think that's possible. Yeah, sure.
I totally believe that shit. You know.
Well, yeah. I mean, that doesn't mean that I'm ever going to meet that person.
No, I'm just saying. But you have to believe. So it it is my belief that you have to believe that that person's out there for that person to, you know what I mean? That magic,
Yeah,
you know,
I agree with that. Yeah,
shit.
I mean,
you have to believe that the
there's a
person.
certain way in which the belief manifests itself, right? Like you filter reality based on what you believe. So if
I
that's your
mean,
belief, then you know
like, you know, I'm not
that's
going
good.
to, because a person inboxed me the other day and they was like, you know, I'm never going to find love. And I'm like, bitch, when did I become the Ann Landers of the community? But anyway, they was just like, you know, I'm never going to find love. And I'm like, sure you will. And I'm 50. So I was like, you know, it's, you have to kind of change the way you go about this. You know, think about it
Yeah,
from the inside out instead of, you know,
exactly.
environmentally on the outside in, because you're going to attract what you are giving off. You know what I mean?
Exactly. If you want to fall in love, and I think he said it this way, you need to fall in love with your life and yourself first. You need to love yourself. I'm just saying, you need to literally look at yourself and be like, damn, I love you. You know what? I love you so much. Like you look at yourself and be like, what you do, like when you whatever it is you do in your daily life. Like if you cook a certain meal, you say, God damn, I can cook. This is so good.
Right. And you know, you've done that. I've done that. You cooked
Yes,
something.
I did that this morning. I made an omelet. That bitch was so fucking good. I was
Oh my God. My
I was
God.
like,
That's how I
was
feel
like,
about a Denver omelet from
mhm. I have this sausage that I love. It's called Georgia's Best, and it is the best.
is that the red pack?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. And I
Georgia's
don't think
Best
it's selling
sausage.
nobody else but I started to travel with that shit to other states when I travel.
I have it delivered, bro. I have it delivered. It's so
Wow.
good. It's
Yeah,
so
it's
good.
so good. It is so good. It used to be a restaurant around this bitch. That the whole restaurant was based around that sausage.
Mm-hmm. Oh god,
Into the
so
fucking
good. I made the
pandemic.
Georgia Best sausage omelet.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I love my omelets. Anyway, I would say that if you want love in your life, fall in love with your life. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
let's see if we have any more comments. I'll move on to the next one.
Let's see. Sammy says, I went to a Nancy Wilson concert and my inner sissy exploded on the road like a glitter bomb. She had on this red sequins dress, basking us in her essence. I damn near passed out from screaming. All right, Sam.
Nice. That's what we need in our lives. That's what I'm doing.
Right. Mr. Constant says there's someone for everyone. And he also says true. So, yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. All right. So now I'm going to talk a little bit about forgiving yourself. So we had this video I played last week. It was about this guy being incredibly cruel. It was the one about the mixtape. I think I played it for you, Greg, and then I played it again for our patrons last week. So it was maybe 2 weeks ago that I played it. But this one is the reverse. Like if you have done something awful in your past and you're having trouble forgiving yourself, this is also like a form of self-love. And he talks about this through a kid's TV show, which you may not have seen. But I fucking love this show, but we'll talk about it.
So this is Uncle Iroh. He's one of the most loved characters in fiction, period. He's known for his wise words and helpful, loving demeanor, okay? But what a lot of people overlook is how he got that way, his darker past. Iroh was born as the firstborn son in a royal lineage. He is the perfect heir to the throne. He's so damn good that he becomes a general, and he ends up leading what is a fateful battle in the war to take the capital city of the Earth Kingdom. But just as they're closing in, Iroh gets notice that his son's life had been taken in battle. And the news of this understandably snapped Iroh in half. Iroh, as the general, gives the order for retreat and goes home, a decision for which he's stripped of his rank and his path to the throne. They give it to his little brother instead. And so that's how the show starts. Ozai, his little brother, is on the throne, and Iroh's basically shunned in shame. Years pass, the show picks up, and we get to a filler episode. And in this episode, Iroh is living as a refugee in the very city he once nearly took. And it starts off as just like a normal cute day in the life for Iroh, but then very specific events happen to him. First, a dude mugs him, or at least attempts to. Iroh's a martial arts master at this point, so Iroh's like, what is that stance? And then he corrects this man's stance, but tells him, you don't actually look like the criminal type though. What's going on? And the guy's like, yeah, I've been having a really hard time. And so he invites him to sit down for tea and then tells him to chase his dreams. And the guy said no one had ever believed in him before, so he's gonna go chase his dreams. There's some more like shenanigans, but then the episode's pacing changes. and you watch Iroh go up a hill and sit by a tree. And on first viewing, you have no idea what he's doing. He's like making a picnic or something. But then he pulls out this piece of paper, and once you see it, you understand completely what's happening here. And he says, "Happy birthday, my son. If only I could have helped you." He then goes on to sing what is probably the most tear-inducing song ever created in cartoon history. I'm choking back tears now. But I know you probably hate some of the stuff you've done in the past, and you replay it in your mind all the time. And based on what it is, sometimes our knee-jerk reaction is to be mean to ourselves. The logic there being, oh, I made other people feel bad, so I should feel bad, right? I should do that forever. But this doesn't make sense, and I'll tell you why. So you did a wrong thing, and you seek recompense, right? You did something wrong, and you seek to bring balance to the field through your own suffering. But the problem is you aren't that person anymore. So we can agree that you're not just your body, right? You're also your experiences, the people you've met, all that. So though you share a similar body to that old person, that person was acting based off of their past insecurities, their past traumas, because that's who they were, and that's who you were. This makes up the old you. But acknowledge now, logically, that since you see them, and you can acknowledge and see who they were, and be upset about it, means that you are outside of them, you are no longer them. And so though you intend to bring balance by being mean to yourself, it's actually just self-serving, because all you're doing there is quelling your own feelings. This benefits no one else besides you. The actual opposite of adding bad things to the field is to add good things to the field. The actual opposite of engendering sadness is to engender happiness, kindness, calm, starting with yourself, because you can only give what's already present in you. So rather than using your past to create more suffering, rather than saying it, let the way you move say sorry. Don't fight those memories of the past when they come up, because that's what's made you who you are today. So don't turn away. Yes, this may hurt, so if you need to, break, because you can't start picking up pieces until you acknowledge that you've been shattered.
So one of the things I really liked about that was the idea that, throwing a pity party is actually kind of selfish. That what you have learned about your values, because you've done something bad, you recognize that you did something that was against your values. The way to truly find recompense is to put something good into the world, right? Like he uses a story about Iroh having laid siege to the city. He ends up living in that city, and as he walks through the city, he's doing all these positive things for people in the city as a recompense for what he did, because that city was forever changed by what he was. In fact, if anyone in that city knew who he was, they'd probably kill him on sight, right? Like he's an enemy to that city. And so, part of making recompense was actually doing good, even if it's just a little small thing here and there, Like that robber in the city is probably robbing people because of what he did, right?
Right.
So,
or maybe on hard times, or
yeah,
could be
yeah, I'm just saying, like he played a huge role in the life of that city, right? Because of what he did.
Right,
And
because he changed the direction of the city.
Right.
But I think that's, back to me being a Catholic yet again, I think that is one of the wonderful tenets of the Catholic faith, is that all things can be forgiven. You know what I mean? And that was one reason why I decided to convert, because, it was around the time my mom died, and I kept wondering, I was like, what else could I do? What else could I have done? What else could I have done to help her? I didn't do my very best, this and the third. And, I started attending Mass, and I learned that there was nothing I could do. It was God's will, first of all. Secondly, if I felt like I'd done something, and then I started applying that to everything else in my life. Like, oh my God. So if I really felt like I injured someone or did something heinous to someone, I started by forgiving myself and praying that they forgive me, instead of beating myself up for decades. And because that, he's right, that leads to kind of self-destructive behavior with things that you can't do anything about. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And if you want to make recompense, and this is something I definitely agree with on the idea, the concept of confession and like expunging whatever it is you feel guilty about, but then also moving forward in life and doing something good with that feeling, right? Saying, do something for, so do some charity, do some, prayers, or, just having a positive attitude, having good vibes, as people say, like it really does affect everyone. I was actually thinking about this for a video that I was going to make, that, it was funny. We were talking about this Monday, Greg, when I did something about like existential meaning and depression or something. And you're like, I'd never really experience a lack of meaning in my life. And I was like, that's great. Because you don't want to. But the funny thing is, we really shouldn't, because the funny thing is, everything does matter. And like, even if you're not thinking of it in a spiritual or existential way, as a human being, when you move through the world, you affect everything you touch. You affect everyone who's ever seen you. People look to each other as an example of what to do. So I remember I was reading this book. It's called The Unthinkable, and it was talking about disasters and what people do when natural disasters happen. It started with some of the people in the World Trade Center during 9/11 and the behaviors that people, did when, say, the other tower was hit by a plane. You had a good hour and a half to leave the building, and so many people didn't. And the reason they didn't is because their coworkers weren't leaving. They wanted to leave, but they saw everyone else. We looked to other people to monitor our own behavior. Not everyone, but to a certain degree, we are a herd animal. We look to each other as examples for what to do. And so if you don't think what you do matters, you're wrong. Just empirically, what you do affects everyone around you. The choices you make affect everyone who knows you, who you come into contact with. Whether you want to be a role model or an influencer, too bad you are.
But especially with black people, we always make a joke out of it, but start running. And when it some black people, you could be running to your car. You could be running to your car. You could be looking for your keys and running to your car because you're ready to go home.
I know. I went to some concert in Inglewood, and it's like every time there's gunshots, right? There's every time. And it's like, bitch, I'm fat. I can't be running.
I'm telling you. Let me tell you something. You don't know why the fuck you running. You
I don't know.
You ask the question after you get in the car.
I was like, I'm gonna dip
first,
around.
Ask questions later, right?
It's right. I'm gonna dip around this corner and just like put some cover. I guess
that's how that white bitch got nose and got caught out there. What is he doing on that couch? He's like, what is he doing on that couch? Why is he naked?
Oh God! I got
the black DoorDash driver on the porch. Your food goes. Your food goes on the porch.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm telling you, like we will run. We have black people have the herd mentality. We don't fuck around. We move where our people move. That's how places become urban and gentrified. We go where our people go. That's it.
We're descendants of survivors.
Right.
That's why we move that way. Because so many of us didn't survive. The fact that we are here is proof that we're descended from survivors. So.
Even when I was making my decision to go to college, I wanted to go to UCLA so bad. My mother was like, "Who you know out there?" I said, "Nobody." She said, "What you gonna do when you get hungry? You can't hop on a plane every time you get hungry. You can drive home in an hour." And and that was her mentality. It was okay. Well, this, that, and the third. But we definitely have the herd mentality. But I ain't gonna stop running when I see something. If you run, bitch, I'm running. That's all.
It's true. It's true. That can work to our advantage or disadvantage, right? Because if people are not moving, we also don't move. We think we should.
Yeah, but it's that sense of danger. That's why so many black people kind of survived Katrina.
That's true. In the black community, we run. White people will be like, "What's going on, James?
What is this? Oh my God, what is this?"
It's like a horror movie. It's like, they think the killer's dead. They got to go over to the body and examine the body and stuff like that. Black folks like, fuck that, I'm running. I want to make sure I'm as far away as possible. Y'all go ahead and check out that body if you want to. I'm be down the street
in the car.
What's funny is like I was thinking about that with it being spooky season and black people in horror movies are an interesting sociological phenomenon, right? So like black people are often the first to die in a horror movie because it's also a signal that if a black person dies, then the killer really means business, right? Because black people are the ones who survive. And so if a black person dies, you say, "Oh fuck!"
Is that what that is?
It's like a signal to say that if the black person dies, what chance do we have?
I thought Mom was just being racist. I didn't know. Oh.
No, it's a subtle psychological signal. It is racist, but racism is kind of morally neutral in a sense. Like, of course, it's racist. He's black,
Right?
but like, does it necessarily, mean it's a negative racism? Because I mean, there are positive aspects to racism too. Like, there are positive stereotypes about black people, and this is one of them. That we're survivors.
We're gonna get the fuck up out of here, right?
Yeah.
Damn right.
Stick with black people. You'll be safe if you stay with the black people.
Our house caught on fire one time, and I always Winnie the Pooh there. But I tell you, when I motherfucking wrapped up in that blanket and was in my yard, my mother came out there. We was looking for you, nigga. I'm in the yard. I don't care what y'all said. I smelled smoke. I stopped, drop, and roll. I rolled in that motherfucking blanket and kept on rolling.
Yeah. Let's see if we have any more comments. I'm going to move on to the next one.
We did get a couple. Sammy's responding to what Mr. Johnson said about there's someone for everyone. He says, "I'm sorry, I don't believe that I don't believe that someone for everyone BS. That's something folks say to keep hope alive. Sorry, Jesse, I don't have that much hope." Aww. And Calvin says, "Come through, Last Airbender. That's my shit."
Yeah, Uncle Iroh's awesome.
Yeah. Sammy says, "Greg, at least your mom wanted you to go to school. My mom told me black don't do college as I was learning about HBCUs." Oh no.
It's like, yeah, isn't that like a cognitive dissonance that there's literally these HBCUs and black people don't do college? How is that possible? How do these institutions exist if black people don't do college? Like, okay.
learning this for white folk now. You don't need to be going to no school.
There is a way in which we try to protect our own identity. So like if the people you love in life didn't have education, you may venerate the fact that these people were salt of the earth and that they didn't need education to be good people. And so there's a way in which you can talk yourself into believing something that's obviously untrue if you just examine it for a second.
Right.
But because we believe what we want to believe, we believe the things that make us feel good. And then we retroactively come up with the information to confirm those beliefs.
Right.
And believe it or not, that's actually usually a good thing, especially in groups. It solidifies group identity and things like that. But this is one of the reasons why, as individuals, we need to lead by example. Like if you are the type of person who goes and venerates education, talks about education, it's like all my friends are educated, we all go to school, that changes the group mentality about what a black person is, or if you're educated or not. Like that small decision you made for yourself influences the group, because we do look to each other as to what is normal and what is not. So let me see. I had this one on. Let me see. This was a question from, I think his name is Joe. He goes by Bear Mud X online. Yeah, he had this question, and I said, "Well, we can answer your question for you." Here we go.
How come no one is talking about when you break up with someone that you live with, and you're not able to get into another place immediately? The awkwardness. Just put your mask on first. Save up during the relationship. That way you have an emergency fund if anything ever happened. It's just a suggestion.
So I think we do talk about this. We've had this conversation before about if you're in a relationship and because I think one of the things that I hear a lot of people when they talk about this topic is what you should have done And he kind of did that himself. He just like, I'm curious as to why he asked this question, and maybe we should invite him on to ask him why he asked this question, because I feel there's a story there.
I actually know the answer to that. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, maybe fill us in. But my thought is that this is something that happened to a friend of his, and his advice was that you should have saved up, or you should have not broken up with them before you left, and
right.
But here you are. Let's say you didn't make the right decision. You know, love makes you make bad decisions. I think that's the theme of this show.
Oh my gosh.
Love makes you make that. So I was going to use my own example because, you know, I think this was actually when I first met Greg, was when I was in the process of moving to DC. And, you know, through talking to Greg and other people who lived in DC, I recognized like the housing situation there was not the best, but I knew I didn't want to be ass out on the street if we broke up. And so one of the reasons I never moved to DC was because I made the decision that if I was going to move there, I was going to get my own place. Like, I was not going to move in with you. He didn't like that. He really didn't like that. It's not the reason we broke up, but it was probably a huge part of it.
It's probably
a pretty big reason why. Like, and then the truth is, like, I probably would have been over at his place a lot. I was planning on that, but I wasn't. I definitely wanted an exit strategy because that's just the way that I thought. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, and more of us should think that way. I have a friend local who, you know, he and the person he was dating, they bought a house together. I don't know why they decided to do this. They decided to buy a house together.
How long were they together?
They weren't together that long. They weren't together that long, and things went south. And now he was trapped there because basically, you know, he's like, yeah, I don't have anywhere to go, so I'm basically forced to stay with somebody that I can't stand. And it's like, you know, but here's where it gets interesting. So you know, he's out of that situation now. He's with somebody else, and he's doing the same thing again. It's just like, you just don't
what you say.
I wish I was kidding. I wish I was kidding, but nope. He has done this again with somebody new. Just met this person, and already they are squalid up in this house that they bought together. I'm just like, Lord have mercy.
Get the fucking gun, and you just don't wait.
What, you thought maybe that was just a fluke, the first one? Like, that wasn't what.
No, but I'm saying, like,
I just think some people just. I mean, I get it. It's like, you know, when you're in love, you know, you think, oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be forever. We never gonna break up. Everything's gonna be hunky dory. I'm gonna show this person how much I love them. But it's like, you got to be realistic and realize that, like, shit may go south really quick, and you got to protect yourself. You have to prepare for the worst case scenario. Like, you know, you don't want this to happen. It's like, I hope this doesn't happen with us, that we break up and we have to like split this house in two or do whatever we got to do. But just in case it happens, let's just go ahead and prepare for that, because it can happen. And it has happened to him already. This is like, and child, if it happens again at the end of this, before the year's up, I'm just gonna be like, look, I'm just gonna pull him to the side and be like, look, don't do this shit again, because you have a track record now.
What I would say to this, and this, two things come to mind. One, the idea of self-love comes in mind. I don't want to, you know, say to anyone how much they love themselves, but if I put myself in their shoes and I think about myself, and the reason why I made the decision that I did was that, yes, I love you, and yes, I love this relationship. Fuck, I love the house. The house he is in was fucking beautiful. I wanted to live there. We did. I love myself more. I love myself more.
Low-key, I wanted to live there too.
It was hot. It was a nice place. Like it really is a nice place. But I also visited around, looked around the city, got to know people. I love DC, by the way, as a city. I did. But I was just like, this is a rough place to not have a place to live.
Yes.
Like I don't want to be that. Like I really don't.
Tijuana is a tough place to live if you don't have a place to live. Like
this is not where I want to be.
There's something to be said about having indoor plumbing and cable and internet and electricity and a roof. Like, there's something to be said for that shit. So I'm just saying,
our roof is good.
I don't know, So maybe that was fear, right? Maybe that was part of it for myself. Was just like, maybe if I were in a city where I already lived, I wouldn't have had that much apprehension about moving in with somebody. That's probably real, right? Like if it was like here in Albany and I probably could have moved in. It was probably the combination of moving to a city I had never lived in probably had something to do with it. Like if it were, say, Chicago or Atlanta, maybe it would have been different. But no, it wasn't. So anyhow, so fear. And I think the other part is, I was trying to remember what I was thinking. It was something about love for yourself, but also recognizing that, plans that we learn from our mistakes because of pain, right?
Yeah.
And so in this situation that your friend is in, maybe there wasn't enough pain. Like you said, like his situation in the first instance was bad, but as bad as it was, he walked away from it well enough to do it again, which to me indicates the idea that it wasn't bad enough. It wasn't bad enough.
You're probably right.
Yeah. So
I will say, well, I'll save it for Patreon. I'll save it for Patreon. Okay. I know he doesn't watch the show, but like I'll say what
you
I
don't
want
to put it out there, yeah. And also let me know what Joseph maybe was actually talking about on Patreon too. I don't know if he put his business out. So put a pin in that. Do we have any comments or questions?
We did get a couple. Let's see. Stop here. Sammy says, just like in the movie School Days, there is a certain percentage of black folks believe elevating yourself is selling out to white people. That's sad, but it's true. It really is.
Is that still true?
Mm-hmm.
For some, yeah.
Oh, wow.
It is. Calvin says, now, Sammy, the more I get to know you through your comments, the more I realize you just need therapy. If you haven't already had it, you've been through a lot of trauma in your past. And Sammy will tell you he does not need therapy. He is perfectly fine. He's been through a lot, though. Yeah.
We're going to continue to send hugs.
You better have an emergency job to have emergency funds. Not everyone can put in a rainy day pot when you struggle. Like good times. Not good times. Damn,
James. Right.
Mrs. Taylor says, what in the War of the Roses? I know.
Yeah.
Mr. Clinton, Sammy says, I knew a guy who kept making the same mistakes with every boyfriend, then wonder why it never works. Never learning the lesson from the last relationship. Yeah. And I'm afraid that's what my friend is doing now. But I wish them the best, but one more. Mr. Eatman says, when you are broken, forgiveness is the action of self-repair, right? But you've left someone else broken and can't rectify it if you are able to fix them.
Right.
And I think that's where the self-loathing guilt stems from. That's
true, point. Especially when you hurt someone who's good and who's done something good. That's hard to forgive yourself, but the truth is, like I said, you are now outside yourself. You can see that you've done wrong.
Yeah.
And you can't go back. And so the other point is beating up on yourself is in itself a kind of selfish thing. So think about it. You're still a person and you're beating up on yourself. You wouldn't beat up on someone else, would you? So you're actually doing a self-serving negative thing to yourself. To make yourself feel better, you're beating up on yourself. Still beating up on people.
And sometimes you feel like deserve that. So yeah,
But that's the same thing. Like even if someone else did something wrong and you were beating up on them, you'd see what you're doing is wrong, even if it made you feel good. You're beating up on someone. But when you're beating up on yourself, you're like, oh, like I deserve this. No, no one else is seeing it. You're just being an asshole to yourself.
No reason.
Right. So just stop it. Do something good for someone else. If you wanted to feel better, do something good for someone else. That would be good. The rest of some self-serving bullshit.
Then you can turn your life into My Name is Earl. Yeah, nice.
Basically, yes. Do that. All right. So we're going to talk about infidelity. Because I think it is always a funny one, but this is a what would you do? Infidelity. Now, I don't remember this video because it's so old, but here's the what would you do? Or which one is worse? Let's say you have you're in a relationship where both people have cheated. You're comparing two past relationships. And I don't think that every time someone cheats is equally wrong. I think sometimes it is a matter of opportunity. But let's say that one person cheated and one person didn't. So like to say the person who cheated on you was mostly faithful, right? But was going through some sort of difficult time in their life, and they found themselves in a situation and they made a mistake and they tried to rectify it. Versus an ex who pretended to be in love with you and everything was okay, but you found out that they were really feeling someone else and they were trying to get with them. Like they were in their DMs hardcore, like, let me come over. I'm going to give you some of this. And they were just saying, no. Nothing ever happened. But that wasn't because they weren't trying. Which is worse, the one who made the mistake or the one who was
the one that keeps trying? The one that
I think so too. I'm going to play this video and then we'll talk about it. Here we go.
It's true that more men would cheat if they had the opportunity. Yes, it is true. So in our data set, we did see that men tend to be more opportunistic. There is a cohort of men who the only reason that they're not cheating is because they think that they would get caught or because there aren't any women who want to have a short-term fling with them. They're the sort of person who can only really have access to a romantic partner in the context of a long-term committed relationship. And so something like an affair is never going to pass them by. This might be someone who is, not particularly handsome for short-term mating where it is really looks-based. They don't really have that opportunity. And so they're very loyal, but it's because, no one's approaching them in the bar and saying that they like their hair or something. That opportunity isn't coming out. And so we do see that in some past data. Some men cheat, and when you ask them why, it's literally just because because the opportunity presented itself. This isn't to say that all men would cheat if they could. There are clearly many men who could cheat who don't. However, there are some men who are faithful only because they don't have the opportunity.
Yeah, and this is really true of a lot of different violations that people commit, and it's the philosophical idea of morality of what's right and wrong is that for some people doing the wrong thing never even really occurs to them in the first place, right? And this is one of the reasons why sexuality is such top of mind for a lot of religious conservatives, because they struggle with religious infidelities and purity, right? So it was kind of telling. What's his name? The Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson.
Mike Johnson.
Miggity Mike Johnson.
Not Miggity Mike Johnson.
That one of the worst things that he could have thought about were naked bicyclers. So they could have exposed themselves to children. I mean, yes, okay.
Oh, you watch some porn with your son. Sit down.
I know, right? But this is the most. You think this is the most disturbing thing that's ever occurred? You don't think?
Yeah, you support PDFs, sir. Sit down. Your whole party is full of PDFs, sir.
Beyond that, the president of the United States currently is, launching missile attacks against ships leaving or coming from Venezuela, has killed hundreds of people extrajudiciously, and you, as the Speaker of the House, actually have oversight over military operations. You are not doing anything about that. You don't give a shit about people getting murdered.
Zero, zilch, nothing.
It came out recently that some of the people on these boats didn't die, and that they picked them up but instead of like sending them to Guantanamo, they send them back to Venezuela.
Yeah.
If they were big criminals, why the fuck didn't you fucking arrest them? Like you didn't. You're not even like being consistent in your own.
I just hope.
Shit.
I just hope the orange one lives long enough to go to trial.
Yeah.
For his war crimes and his yeah.
Yeah. So
But I'm just saying.
But yeah, for a huge percentage of Christian conservatives, the reason why sexuality and something like trans issues resonate so much is because it's an issue that resonates within themselves. Whether it's their own sexuality, like if they were actually homosexual and think about it, but just that they think about doing things with people that they can't control, right?
You're homosexual.
Most of the time, I don't even think they need to be a homosexual. They just want to fuck, right? Like, Mike Johnson's the type of person who wants to get fucked. Like,
right,
I mean,
and you know what? I bet you he loves black cock. I bet you he loves black cock.
You know what? I think he likes fucking Britney's with the blonde hair.
No,
I think
he loves black cock. I'm telling you.
I think he's heterosexual as fuck. It doesn't matter. The point is that he wants something that he can't have, and that dissonance between the person I want to be and who I really am is something that you see in everyone, and that you have to regulate other people's behavior because you recognize how much you have to regulate your own.
If they would stop marrying unattractive people, this might.
Or if they just let themselves fuck. I mean,
yeah.
Just go fuck. I mean, when you think about like the Taliban and ISIS and all those people are all sexually repressed. All them motherfuckers are.
But you know who wasn't? Bill Clinton. You know who was? Bill Clinton. Barack Obama and Michelle was fucking in the prison. That.
Yeah.
George, and what's his wife name? The second George.
What was her name?
Oh my God.
The librarian.
Laura Bush. Laura Bush and George too was fucking. They were fucking.
They
was
true.
fucking. They were fucking.
That's a good point. Yeah.
And you
all
can
the
tell
people who are
just
fucking repressed. Yeah.
Yeah, you can tell the people that were fucking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can tell because they come up there with a different. Yeah, like I had me some last night. Nigga want to kill it.
Meanwhile, Melania won't give Trump none.
But that's the thing.
She hold her hand and she like slaps his hand away. She's like, nah.
Yeah.
He's fucking Laura Luna, though. Right? Like
God!
Yikes!
I know everybody knows he's fucking her. Like they do. It's the reason why she has so much influence, right?
But does she really? So here's the thing about it. I was reading
for someone who has no place in the administration. She has made more policy decisions than the fucking chief of staff of the president. Like she literally is the most powerful person. Not even.
I don't even know who the chief of staff of the White House is. That's how bad that is.
Boomer has more power than his chief of staff.
I don't even know who the chief of staff is. So I'm gonna shut down.
Right. That's our point. It's like she has more power than him, and we don't even know who that person is. Like that's.
I'll give somebody $1 if y'all can tell me who the chief of staff is. For the White House, $1. I don't fucking know.
Does it matter? They don't have no power.
They don't have no power. They don't.
Right.
He does whatever the fuck he wants. So that's what it is.
Right.
But yeah, it's fucking sad.
Like nobody knows. Nobody knows. I know. Hold on. Excuse me 1 second. Hey Siri, who is the White House chief of staff? Fuck this.
Well, why are you doing that? Mirrorless, good to see you.
Oh, it's a woman, Susie Wiles. She used to be the thing. She used to be the head of the Republican Party. Susie Wiles is the White House chief of staff position.
Okay.
Yeah. She has no power on it.
No, she
father-son bonding at its finest. LOL. I'm late. Good evening, fellas. And Malcolm's beautiful Hawaiian shirt. That's all you see. That's all you see is Malcolm. Huh? Like, no, Mrs. Sheffield, not caulk. Right? Caulk. The chief of staff is these nuts.
What is wrong with y'all?
Shit, the RNC mega are a bunch of repressed closet homos. So that explains a lot of their cognitive dissonance.
Yeah. And they don't even really have to be homos. I think they're just repressed sexually.
No, most of them are homos.
They are because they talk
that's,
about this.
That's why Grinder always shuts down whenever there's a gathering.
Right.
You know, it happened at that Charlie Kirk memorial too.
Yes, it did. It's like,
yeah. So whenever Republicans come together, the fucking apps go down because too many people are using it. Like, anyway, I got one more.
All about cock. It's all about cock.
Here's your comment. Here's your praise, Greg. The Daylight Show soap is dirt.
Can I get a whole screen record?
You can get a whole screen. There you go.
From the soul Eagles.
All right, we got one more. This is about levels of morality. It's interesting because we're talking about love and stuff, and I just want to throw this in here that not everyone is thinking at the same level you are, and then we'll do some funny videos because this is probably going to get dark. I don't know. Here we go.
Have you ever heard of Lawrence Kohlberg's theory on the stages of moral development? Stay with me. Apparently, it is a well-known theory in the field of psychology that posits that there are 3 successive stages of moral development. First stage is called pre-conventional morality, and it centers around the ideas of reward and punishment. So you make your moral decisions based on whether you're going to receive something good or avoid something bad. It's very self-serving and very black and white thinking. We usually associate this stage with children, and according to this theory, by the time you reach adolescence and early adulthood, you should grow out of it and into the second stage. The second stage has more to do with perception and law and order. So you start to make your moral decisions based on how others perceive you, whether or not people think you're a good person, and you become less self-serving. You start to understand that there are other people in the world, and that we all need to get along somehow, and you do this by learning the rules of a society, and you follow those rules, and that makes you a good person. The third and final stage is called post-conventional morality, and this is the stage where you start to use critical thinking and abstraction to make your moral decisions. So just because something is the law doesn't necessarily make it right. And you start to take lots of other perspectives and context and history and all kinds of other things into play when you're making moral decisions. So now that we're all on the same page, how many people do you think are in each category? Just take a guess. Pause the video for a second and think about it. Because I consider myself quite cynical. And I thought, well, there are certainly adults who never made it out of the first category, but surely the majority of people are probably in that second category, right? The one where your morality is defined by other people's perceptions and a prescribed law and order that was kind of given to you, right? Right? And then I read this. Excuse me, 53%? That can't be right. So I clicked on the cited source in that article, and I was relieved to find out that this was a very small study with a small sample size. So I looked into it further, and I found many more small studies that pretty much confirmed the same percentages. Now I need experts to come tell me if this is true or not, because I'm spiraling. Based on those percentages, you're telling me only 1 in 5 people I meet are using critical thinking and abstraction to make moral decisions? And so much more terrifying, 1 in 2 people I meet are still using reward and punishment, black and white thinking to make moral decisions? I mean, I suppose it does explain quite a bit about what's happening right now.
That's Mr.
So yeah, basically more than half of people have the moral figurings of small children. Basically, we think everything in black and white. We think that things are either right or wrong. We don't really have deep thoughts about right and wrong.
I'm still trying to figure out why she looked like Pat or he looks like Pat. But
I think she may be a little on the
trans.
No, well, I was thinking more lesbian, but yeah, queer. Yes, she's probably queer. Okay. But you remember, like she's cool though. She's down.
I'm sure she looks like Velma from Scooby Doo. Is that the big glasses? She's very Velma.
No, she's awesome. She's I don't know what she does, but she's very
Velma.
Yeah, Velma turned out to be a lesbian. I like
yeah.
But true. I that the old adage, common sense is not so common, is so true. And even as I get up in age, it dissipates more and more. And especially with these kids, their frontal lobes are not all the way developed.
Right.
And they have this super sense of false security because they're at home, they're on social media. Some of these girls, they go out here and meet these boys, and they end up cut up in trash cans. And I'm not trying to be morbid, but it's like, stop doing things on social media that you would not do in the street. If you would not come up to me in the street and say, hey, can I see your dick? Don't say it to me on Facebook or any place like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Stop posting all your personal shit on there. Too.
Like, and then you want, why is everybody in wine? Bitch, you, what? I mean, y'all just don't know how bad we said when we're playing these shows, how bad we laugh at y'all. Like, oh my God, that is so ridiculous. We can't even put that on TV. Like, that really happened. Like, yeah, oh no, bitch, that's jumping the shark right there. We can't. Nobody's gonna believe it. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna believe it. Like, I did these series of stories on the Saturday Sit Down that this man kept going to get prisoners. I remember that guy, prisoners. He kept one robbed him when he went to work. The other one beat him in the head, robbed him. It always ends up in robbing. And the other one just left, and some woman picked him up, and he never heard from the man again. Why do you keep making those choices? Why do you keep making those choices?
They love them.
He loved that prison cock. He loved to get that walls banged out by a man that's been repressed for years on end. I understand.
Oh my goodness.
And it's also, like I said, a lack of concern for yourself. Like if you really didn't want to get hit in the head again, if you really didn't want to get robbed again, you'd have enough fear to say, like,
not to do it.
Yeah, like even if you really want that cock, you'd be like, but that hit in the head, that felt really bad.
Some people just like being that, damsel in distress. Like, oh my gosh, they're always doing something to me. It must be me. I don't know what's wrong.
It is you. You are the problem. You are the problem.
Right.
Well,
you are the problem.
On that note, we're gonna go to Patreon. If you are watching us now, please consider becoming a patron. Patreon.com/MaleMediaMind. You'll get links to our after shows. We have a Telegram group. I have a book club, which right now I'm reading The Reformatory is a Gothic horror novel based in 1950s Florida prison. And I also have Ring Shout, which is a sort of fantasy horror novella about a young woman who slays demons that are a part of the clan. Like the clan is actually a group of demons, which is kind of cool.
No Buffy. No Buffy.
It's kind of very Buffy-esque. It is. It's like a group of demon slayers. She's got this sword that she calls the Orishas of African ancestry, and it's a sword that sings, apparently.
Now we're gonna tell who read books or not in the next generation. All these little kids could be named. What's your name? Orisha.
I think Orisha's a beautiful name.
It is. I am just joking.
It is.
Joking.
All right, so let's watch some funny videos, and so we can leave in a good mood.
Thank you, Lord.
Yes.
Some of these are going to be a little hot. I try to throw in some of the
woman in her 40s.
You want to do it again?
Yes, come here.
Why you want to keep, bro? We just fucking had sex for like 40 minutes.
I understand that, but come here.
No, bro, I'm not about to keep fucking, man.
Bro.
I ain't even ate,
bro. Okay, you about to eat now. Come here.
No. I'm not about to keep fucking you, bro. That's why I didn't want to fuck in the first place, because I knew your ass was going to want to keep fucking.
Why would you get mad?
Because I don't have that fucking much energy in me.
Okay, but you ain't even get that mad.
Damn,
like, all you
bro.
gotta do is come here.
Nah, bro, because I came and you came. You came, right?
We both came and we both gonna come again.
No, bro, I'm not about to keep fucking having sex.
Here,
That's all you want to do, bro.
Babe, come here.
No, bro, stop fucking saying that shit, bro. Damn, bro, why you fucking want to come over here? God damn, bro, you always want to fuck, but damn, cooking some. Damn, that's you. Can't you cook? God damn, man, that's why man, bro, I'm about to go to my mama's house. Bro.
No, come here.
You always on that bull.
Oh god, big cats, yeah. I love it when big cats act like little cats. They're so fun.
Right.
Another cat video.
Excuse me.
I love it when they do these acrobatic shit like this. Like they're walking on nothing. That cat's just sitting on the fence. And then these sounds that they make are hilarious.
Oh, okay. They going to do the nasty. That's what they going. Good evening.
It's hunting. Is this true? They talk.
Watch, just watch. They're hanging from me and they will not get down.
Not the cat lady, not the actual cat lady.
I can't control it. Like, I'm just trying to make their food and they're going crazy.
Oh no.
Why are they climbing her? Okay.
Because she's making dinner and they're wanting to get to it now rather than
Oh
wait.
my god, that's horrible.
They're gonna murder her. Oh my god. God.
More.
Oh, I feel bad for her.
There's at least 6 on me at once.
Oh wow.
There's a very simple solution to all this.
He likes it.
Oh
That's
my
what
gosh,
it
I
is.
feel like a freaking
Exactly.
possum. These are my babies.
It's annoying. But
That
she
black
likes
and
it.
gray one is no joke. That black and gray one is like, oh, I'm in this. I'm an Olympic clown. I'm a winner.
Whoa.
It is cute, but not for me. Oh my god.
This is why every time somebody tell me, "Don't you want T'Challa to have another friend?" I'm like, "Nope."
He got a friend at your house, yeah. At your house.
Yeah, this is what happens when T'Challa makes friends.
Find the ones at the Tyler East Festival.
They got no chill. I'm like,
Okay, I'm tired of watching this now. This is crazy. Can we turn this off?
I'm screaming outside. It's like a whole 360 emotional roller coaster.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Oh my gosh, they're crazy. Come on, baby.
They all in her kitchen and shit. She nasty.
What the fuck?
Al que lo inventó, porque ese plato no deja derramar nada. Es excelente porque puedes moverlo como quieras y nunca se le va a caer una sola gota de líquido o comida. Ideal para los bebés que son inquietos. Se hizo millonario. Vean cómo le está probando ese bebé y se frustra porque él está acostumbrado a tirar las cosas y no puede. Este plato es a prueba de niño. Es
Okay. There I am.
Oh gosh, that is so accurate.
Oh god, this is like a cat on a massager.
This motherfucker is like,
I'm in heaven, bitch.
Right.
Yes.
Now I want to buy one for T'Challa.
Oh god. So this is real. You can actually put lights in your tattoos. This is true.
No, I'm
Oh
good.
my god, really?
Yeah,
That's
you
what
can
we're
really
doing
do
now.
that. Body modification in the 21st century. Yeah. Oh god.
Wanna get on, won't you touch on me? Wanna get on me, baby. Wanna get on
Touch on me.
fire, desire. Your love, girl, takes me higher.
Impressive.
Touch on you, you touching on me. This love is real, no fake or phony.
I don't think she's a fun time.
Oh, I think the videos are sort of skipped.
Buffering, yeah.
Oh, come on, computer.
Boo!
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 Yeah. That is, I guess. This is gonna be annoying. I'm just gonna put it into our group. We'll end it there.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Well, it is 8:31, so there you go.
Yeah, there we go. How do I switch? There we go. All right. So make sure to join us tomorrow for what does he say? Mukbang on the
mukbanging. 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Bang, bang, bang.
8 o'clock, not 7, because he's got work. So there you go.
Yes.
Bang, 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 bang. Mukbang.
That did look like a lot of fun. Of course, I'm back for Sunday for the Saturday.
Why do y'all keep wanting me to be on Sunday?
I said Saturday.
You said Sunday first.
You did say Sunday. I did it too.
The Sunday, Saturday sit down. How about that? And then, of course, actually on Sunday at 5.
Right. Really on Sunday, right?
We get the Chronicles of Thick Night in Chicago and all things going on. Nerdy. And then Monday we're gonna play video roulette, which is good fun.
Oh my god, it's so fun!
It is.
Yeah.
And then of course Tuesday, the swag.
Can you do us a wheel? Can you do us an actual wheel? We can spin it. You can spin it.
You know what? We might be able to figure that out.
Yeah, and spin a wheel.
There's some sites where you can do that. So
Spin a wheel.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you guys for joining us.
Yes. And we will be on Patreon in just a little bit. All right. Peace.